I've just crossed the road from the iconic and incredibly historic Tower of London, which has got so much history I can barely begin to talk about it here, but I certainly did back in the day. And it had two sites of execution famously. One was behind the tower walls, that was a Tower Green, where the higher class victims would be put to death. For instance, the two of the six wives of King Henry VIII. That was Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. They were both beheaded over the road there at the Tower of London. I can't see it from here, behind the Merchant Navy Memorial there. But what we do have here is the other side of execution. You see that there? This is Tower Hill, which is marked by the plaque that you can see in the middle there with all the names of the victims between the 1300s and the mid-1700s. It's not that funny, girl. There were many victims, something like 130 victims, probably many more actually, met their deaths here. Some very famous ones, and the last person to be beheaded publicly was beheaded here in 1747. That was Simon Fraser, and he was Lord Lovat. He was 80 years old, and he was sentenced to death here for his part in the Jacobite uprisings under Bonnie Prince Charlie and all that, if you know your history, after the Battle of Culloden. So Lord Lovat, as I say, 80 years old, he was brought up here, and he was sentenced actually to be hung, drawn and quartered, which was a particularly nasty way to go, but his sentence was commuted mercifully to just having his head chopped off, which wasn't quite so bad as hanging, drawn and quartering, but bad enough, of course. Interesting thing about the execution of Lord Lovat was so many people wanted to see him die that they erected some big wooden stands, spectator stands, all around here, around the site of the execution. And they packed them with people who couldn't wait to see Lord Lovat lose his head. But there were so many people packed onto one of these stands that it actually collapsed. And 9 people were killed in the wreckage. And apparently Lord Lovat thought it was hilarious, and he went to his death as the axe fell laughing. And apparently that's where the expression laughing your head off comes from. And just while I mention it, let's see over there, there's the Tower of London. Where is it? It's gone. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, Tower of London. Oh, so much there. And just while I'm here, I might as well do a bit of advertising. Behind me, the direction I'm walking backwards, just beyond those buildings, that's where I used to start my Jack the Ripper walking tour back in the day. My renowned Jack the Ripper walking tours, which were very popular. I haven't done them for a while, but I would still do the tour if enough people were interested. So if enough of you watching out there in social media land are interested enough, I would consider doing the Jack the Ripper walking tour again for a very reasonable price, worth every penny. Anyway, for now, as I wander away with the Shard and the Tower of London and the Merchant Navy Memorial in the background, it's good night from me and good afternoon